I heard a comment recently that healing is the new hustle. Quite a comment, right? It's a softer, gentler word that can be used in these spaces that are really all about subtly telling you you're not enough, you should be doing more, you just got to get on that grind set, and then you would stop living this quote unquote mediocre life. Healing can be interjected there as a way of saying well, we're going to heal so you can become who you're supposed to be. It's toxic, it can be subtle, and I want to address some distinctions that I think will hopefully help you navigate this space a little better to know, okay, well, what's just really about healing, what's going on with me, resolving pain and suffering where it is, versus this idea that you're somehow broken and you're chasing this endless abstract idea because you're supposed to become something. The first distinction I think is really important to make is what's happened to you versus who you are or what your value is as a human being. Right? You've had things happen to you in your past that in some way are causing you pain and suffering now. If you think about that with someone you care about or someone you love, and to make it even more concrete, think of them having a physical injury, right? Your favorite cat in the world or the child you love the most hurts themselves and there's now a broken bone in their hand or their paw. You don't now think of them as broken and defective creatures who aren't living up to their potential. You say, oh, there's still this person or animal that I love, and they have something going on. And it's causing them some suffering, so I would love for that to be resolved. It's fairly straightforward, and I think emotional work can be similarly straightforward, separating what's happened from who you are. Because it's invisible, it can seem like, oh, I'm just this broken, defective human. It's good to kind of keep zooming out and using this perhaps tactic of, well, how do I think of other people that I care about just because they have things they might need to work through? Now, the actual working through, I think the physical injury analogy helps clarify as well, because if you have a broken bone in your arm, the intention is to get the most straightforward and direct way of resetting that bone so it can heal, the pain can reduce and resolve, and you get the function back. You don't want to hear, well, you just need to believe in yourself when you have a broken arm. That's not going to do it. But unfortunately, with emotional work, sometimes it's that abstract. So what needs to happen physically in order to address this specific thing? With emotional healing work, whether you use that word or not, we want a similar sort of tactic where I'm feeling specific pain in different areas of my life. What's the most efficient way to look at that and directly address it? As a hypothetical example, let's say you went through some breakups or had some things happen where you're now carrying resentment about another person in the past, intrusive thoughts come up around them, and it affects your ability to date. You feel weird about dating, you have tension, anxiety around it, etc. So working with a technique, whatever technique you use, whatever type of facilitator you use, whether it's in the world of psychotherapy or something somatic. I do a lot of stuff like EFT tapping. Whatever it is, okay, is it directly addressing, I feel this pain and resentment. We are now working with it in a way that feels safe, and we're feeling it actually resolve in the body. We're feeling things soften. And it's not just a high of doing a temporary meditation or something, but we can feel that there is a result because as time progresses, oh, I'm not thinking about that person as much. And when I do, that feeling of resentment isn't there anymore. It's just, oh, that's the past. And there's suddenly more space, more freedom around the idea of dating or relationships. Just feels a little more available, a little more soft. Right? It's straightforward. So I really want to emphasize that, because when we get into these red flags here, a red flag is when it's more abstract and it's painted in a picture, like I was saying in the beginning, of, well, your life would just be amazing if you could just heal, and I'm going to show you the secret to healing, like making all of your traumas go away, and it's abstract. And it's selling the idea that the reason you're not here, the reason you're not attracting everything you want in life, is because you have stuff to heal. have to be very, very careful with that. Look closely at how that's being sold to you. I think there's certainly nothing wrong with saying that, yes, when you resolve some of that emotional pain and you have more freedom around dating, that's preferable to the other state. So it could open up the possibility to a new relationship. It could make your life better. I mean, it's the only reason you would do this stuff in the first place, is that it's going to have some improvement. So anyone who's positioning themselves to say, I help work through your stuff, can likely say, like, well, your life can be better. But I hope you can smell the difference between that, like, we're going to work through stuff the best way we can, versus the sort of hustle culture, like, you're not enough, and if you heal, life's going to be perfect. The other red flag is very generic advice that sort of doesn't mean anything. Right? So take the dating past pain relationship example, and you bring it up, and it's like, you just need to love yourself. What? How does that actually address what's going on and whatever may have happened? You don't know if there's like physical abuse there versus, a text breakup versus all of the above. To just give Instagram quote platitudes to things that could be very deep in where they run, all the way to the point that you might have to refer, okay, I think this needs a mental health professional because it's tied into other things, right? This stuff is no joke. And this stuff is not a sport to be showing off. Like, oh, look at the trauma I healed. You can do it too if you just, it's not like that. It's intimate. It's personal. It's about acute pain and suffering, or chronic pain and suffering. So I hope looking at it through that lens might help you avoid certain things, keep you on a path of, you're not broken, you're not a repair project. That's my motto. You're not a repair project. Your life isn't all about chasing this abstract healing. It's about reducing where you, as a fully worthy and valuable human being right now, are suffering where you might not need to, are feeling limited by something that there might be a resolution for, and you want to find it. So I hope that helps, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks.